Guess what I heard? The Queen rejected another suitor before he even set foot in town.
Good for her. She's young. Her life is fine just the way it is.
You've got to be kidding. You know she doesn't have a child, right? What if something happens to her, without a descendant to the throne?
What, you're mad that she's not married and pregnant? She's your queen. Watch what you're saying. She knows what she's doing.
Well, so our return to Tyria begins. Hello everybody, welcome back. We are dealing with the fall of Falcon Company, and I've had to pull myself away from real life and relishing my teenage years by listening to bands like Newfound Glory all day. We're back in Tyria, and we're going to be progressing on learning a little bit of something more about our deceased sister. So many years ago, our sister, who worked for the law enforcement, the military, the policing around here, Falcon Company of the Seraph, she went missing and was presumed dead, but we never found her body. Now, very recently, the Captain of Divinity's Reach, Captain Logan Thackeray, has asked us to investigate the veracity of Willem Harrington's journal. Harrington was a member of my sister's Seraph Company, the Screaming Falcons. The journal casts doubt on the reports of their deaths. So these people, our sister, may not be dead, but if that's true, where have they been all these years? So we're going to meet up with a guy who's the captain of Queensdale, the first map of the game. He's Captain Tervellen, and we've arranged to meet him here at the monastery. So it's a nice moment to get back in. You'll notice I actually changed our staff a little bit. We've got a bandit staff now. It's just its appearance, but I thought I'd change it up since we just did a whole storyline revolving around the bandit, so it looks pretty good, doesn't it? We still have kind of this weird headgear. So another feature in the game, by the way, is you can toggle various bits of armor off. So if you don't like the gloves, you can turn the gloves off, right? If you don't like shoulders, you can turn those off. If you don't like the headpiece, you can turn that off. So we can turn the weird kind of looking headpiece off if we really want to. And yeah, we get to walk along this dandelion falling to the ground down there. We did a little bit of exploration of this in the previous video.
The hero of Shaymore is finally here, everybody. The captain's expecting you. He's up on the wall.
So our actions at the beginning of the game really got us quite well known. Everybody knows us as the heroes of Shaymore.
May Balthazar strengthen you.
I hope he does strengthen me. I do worship him. She says here, Captain Thackeray sent a message that you were going to visit. We're all very excited to meet the hero of Shaymore. And so we say, well, thanks. Where's Tervellen? He's up on the wall where he can watch everything. Take these stairs and follow the walkway. You can't miss him. Have you heard of the Screaming Falcons? They say, of course, they're legendary, especially around here. The best company in the Seraph, but then, well, you know. Did you ever meet any of them? They were before my time, she says. But I've heard the stories about that week, laying out the bodies for burial. They say some of the bodies were missing. It sickens me to think of what the centaurs did with them. So me too, goodbye. So we want a bit of vengeance on the centaurs here. It doesn't feel too good, right? So let's move on in. God, the monastery looks good. Doesn't this look good? So there's a keybind in the game as well. You can toggle to turn user interface off whenever you like. I kind of want to do it a lot in the series because I think the game is beautiful, right? It's truly gorgeous, but we are obviously quite often reliant on the user interface to actually see important things. So you won't see me do this too much. But yeah, very, very pretty vineyard here and important people. This is where hopefully we'll find Tervellen. They got a little area down here in the open world. When you come here, you can actually choose to get drunk as you help out in the heart in this environment. There's the Abbey brother. He says, Cormier's blessings upon all who defend our sacred monastery, and if you're especially pious about it, I'll throw in a flagon of our finest ale. Well, thanks very much. I'd like to actually experience some of that ale. That would be kind of nice. So yeah, we got this guy. Over here we have Sister Melia.
Can I help you?
Who's blind. A follower of Cormier, no doubt. We need to keep this monastery open. The frontier needs Cormier's wisdom and our ale. Reminds me a lot of what are they? The blind priest moth monks? Moth monks from Elder Scrolls. Someone will tell me in the comments. I can't remember the name. But yeah, so good to see you. Let's head on up here and see what we've got. Oh my god, look at that sun. Look how bright the sun is. Gleaming in our eyes. Glaring ahead here. So we got Lieutenant Reginald. I believe they are. He says, you're the hero? I guess I expected someone more impressive. Wow, you dick. Impressive in what way? Well, bigger maybe. Definitely taller. And with rays of light shooting from their head. I don't know. Shooting out from head, he says. Is that a typo? There are still typos in the personal story, believe it or not. We may well find some as we play through here. So we can just say, I see, sorry to disappoint you, goodbye. Alright, my phone just went off. What is it about recording with you guys and my phone constantly going off? Alright, well, there you go. So we can also say something a bit ruder to him. I'm impressive enough, don't you think? I'll impress my fist on your jaw and then we'll see. Bold words! One day we'll have to see if you can live up to them. So we can say, pick the time and place. I'll be there. It used to be that on the oldest version of the hero panel, there was another area that you could see your stats. And every time you picked a ferocity option, it would increase like a bar, saying your character was becoming increasingly ferocious. And depending on the balance of how ferocious you were, how charming you were, how much dignity you had, it would assign you a different personality archetype. And presumably then the devs had some ideas that you'd get different conversation options based on your archetype and stuff that just never ended up being implemented, and now it's not too relevant anymore. Sometimes you'll see like a chat box go red or whatever though anyway, and it's a bit of interesting trivia, I guess. So anyway, Reginald, I don't think I like you very much. Let's go see Gordon. Do we like Gordon? Are you a nice guy? Another hero, huh? I've met your kind before. You're brave enough inside city walls. Out here, you're just a walking corpse waiting for your time to come. I don't like these guys very much. Not very nice. All Crichtons are in this together, soldier. Why are we fighting each other? Because I'm tired of fighting for a country that's forgotten about me, he says. Divinity's Reach gets circuses, we get graves. Christ, so he's proper hardened. Maybe he has good reason to feel that way, though. And hey, we're a hero because we left Divinity's Reach. I get, though, that we're a noble, and he might feel extra important to say that to us. So anyway, hey, Tavellan, what's going on, man? Your goons don't seem very nice.
You must be the hero Thackeray warned me about. He says you're investigating the Falcons. That true?
Warned?
Yes. Captain Thackeray said you'd help me. Have you heard anything about centaurs taking prisoners?
Thackeray's been swaddled in the royal court for too long. He's forgotten how rough it is out here. You've wasted a trip. Falcon Company is long gone. May Grinth have mercy on their souls. Go home, kid. You're in over...
Centaurs! At the north gate! Get the monks inside! To arms!
Right on schedule. Come on, hero. You're about to learn what it's like outside the city gates. To the north gate! After you. Push them back. I don't want them inside the walls.
Oh god, okay, well, so maybe we'll find here. Let me just turn the music volume down because it's a little bit loud here. We'll find maybe they got good reason to feel the way that they do here. So, yeah, we're gonna go fight off the centaurs. He says just in time. What does he mean by just in time? Almost sounds like there's something more going on there.
Your passing will go unnoticed.
Your passing will go unnoticed, he says. So these are the centaurs. We're going to learn a bit more about them now, the way they speak. So basically, this is a territory war. It's an extremely simple story that's going on. Centaurs lived here. Centaurs were pushed into these territories. We, the humans, took them away from them. And so the centaurs aren't all unified necessarily under one banner. There's lots of different tribes. So these are the Tamini. These are the guys we started fighting. Other areas of the world have different centaurs living historically and presently. And yeah, these guys just don't like us here, basically. It's really nothing too crazy. And we've got to fight them. So in the last episode, if you remember, we actually got a lot of new stuff, right? We're almost at 2,000 health. We unlocked Earth Attunement. So let's talk about it. The auto attack is called Stoning. We throw rocks and we weaken our foes. So we apply a condition here. And what weakness does is it reduces their damage massively, essentially. So that's good. Skill 2 is Eruption. We shake the ground until it erupts and damages nearby foes. So I'll show you what this looks like here. So this is the eruption. It's shaking, it's shaking, it's shaking. And then when it explodes, it hits tons of them. And when it hits them, it bleeds them too. And that's a lot of bleeding for a long time. You see his health constantly ticking down? We're not actually attacking him. That's just the bleeds we did. So this is pretty cool. That's also a blast, by the way. Just like the ice spike was and whatnot. We get another aura here. Auras are special to elementalists, you might have noticed already. This one means that any projectiles we reflect. This is a really strong aura. It's called magnetic aura. We reflect projectiles with magnetic energy. We get unsteady ground. Enemies can't walk over this. They get knocked away, which is also good. When the game first released, this was only cripple. It was really bad, but now it's a really great skill. And then lastly, we get Shockwave. Create a Shockwave that bleeds and immobilizes your target. So we can Shockwave, and because we're on a staff, it goes a really long way. We can fire a Shockwave through all of these guys, and they can't move anymore since they've been struck with it for the next few seconds, and then they can charge away again. So there you go, that's Earth Attunement, and you can do lots of cool combos, like do the Eruption in a lava font to blast Might on all my friends while doing tons of damage and bleeds and things. So, yeah, just a little bit more of how staff can work. Staff's got like a lot of CC. You've got like the lightning ring from air. You've got those things I just showed you on Earth. You can use the CCs to then hold people in meteor showers and things, right? Like that's the idea. But we seem to deal with that pretty handily. I mean, very casually. Tavellan, it still says we need to secure the courtyard, so maybe there's a few left alive. Does he want to say anything to us? No, not just yet. Oh, look, the monks are actually hiding down here. That's kind of cool.
Anything could be a sign from Lissa.
Help us. We're not soldiers and we don't want to die. All right, no worries. We will try to help you. So let's see what we got. Here you go. There's more of them fighting. So don't forget we got all of our glyphs as well. So give ourselves more damage. Summon an ally. create a storm.
See, they brought their rifles. That raises the stakes.
Eat my dust!
So yeah, some of these centaurs use rifles. Centaurs did exist in the original game too, but firearms weren't widespread back then. There were dwarves that used powder kegs and explosives and things, but they weren't very widespread. It's only in Guild Wars 2 we really see pistols and rifles and stuff being used, and more advanced weaponry. And the centaurs have actually got their hands on a lot of it. You can see we're actually taking a lot of damage here.
Hold up, hero. That's their leader. Let's see what he wants.
See what he wants. You want to communicate with him? Confront the centaur leader. Uh-oh. You sure this is a good idea? He's walking forward. Hrood the Reaver.
Bring out the hero. I am Hrood the Reaver, pillager of human lands. I will kill any human who claims to be stronger than I. Let me see this great hero of Shaymur I've heard has come to die beneath my hooves.
I wonder how he found out you were here. That's unfortunate. You can sneak out the back if you like.
I challenge you, hero of Shaymur. Reveal yourself.
It's me. I've revealed. He thinks I'm just going to run away?
Over here.
He really does not respect us as a hero, does he? So here this guy's got shield stance. He's blocking. So we can't attack him while he does it. He looks so cool, doesn't he? He's got a cool sword and shield. I'm really not threatened. So here, by the way, we get our stun break. We can stand up immediately after we've been knocked down. I'm going to use the Earth version
Good fight. I better see some fancy moves.
of the storms. Look, this is fancy. So this is blinding him. He can't even hurt us while he's blind. So we really don't have to worry. In the early game, all this stuff is honestly so easy, guys. We can just mess around.
Slay this vermin.
Thank you. Balthazar, protect us. Oh, they're all speaking to us. That's kind of cool. So here, look, I can summon an elemental of my own. Do you remember we were killing these at the Divinity's Reach Dam? We can now create our own ones. Look, and he's fighting it, and he's super tanky. This guy's, like, healthier than us. So we can just watch them fight it out. We can tell him to use an enervating punch. So he can use a powerful punch, and he'll weaken him if you watch. Oh, he got knocked back in the middle of it. This is hilarious. This guy eventually will die. I was summoned, by the way. And he blocked the attack eventually as well. That's funny.
Please, in the name of all 6 gods, tear his wretched heart out.
Tear his heart out?
Honors the earth.
Eee, so we won. And all the other centaurs are running off. Didn't expect that, did you, Tavellan? Yeah, down he goes. My blood honors the earth. He says, not bad for a city scab. I'm beginning to think you're as competent as they say you are. So tell me, what are your plans? All right, we've impressed him. Good. Well, I plan to find out what happened to Falcon Company. What happened to the Screaming Falcons was a tragedy, but this is a fool's errand. I can't spare good soldiers for a personal vendetta. I need them to handle these centaurs. Okay, that's fair. Well, so we can say, let me help. If we get it done quickly, maybe your soldiers can help me afterwards. He says, fine. Rendezvous with my squad at the centaur camp over the hill. You take out the herd and we'll see. No promises though, hero. My duty here comes first. Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry, Captain. I'll be back soon. So we get a new objective to rendezvous with the squad at the centaur camp. It's just outside of the monastery. So let's get a move on, shall we? We'll go this way, I suppose. And so that sometimes in the story, it will take us out of an instance completely to plop us in a little one very quickly again. But quite often the devs try to do it all in like one big bulk. Like you complete this instance as a part of the chapter of the story all at once. So that's what they're trying to do here. So who's this over here? This is Sergeant Bigsby. Hello, Bigsby. You seem all right. I love the cloth on our back here. This looks so good.
My backup? Has the captain lost his mind? I expected an entire squad.
Don't worry, we're extremely powerful. I can understand you're worried, though.
Stinking centaurs. Can't ever kill enough of them.
We have to two-man an entire cave full of centaurs, do it? It looks a bit ominous back there. Where are the others? Tavellan said he was sending a unit to help me with the assault on the centaur camp. Well, that's what he told me too. I'm not sure 2 of us can do this by ourselves, but maybe we should go back to the monastery? No, I have to do this. I need information about my sister, and he's got it. You're Casey Whitedale? I should have recognized you. You look just like your sister. She was a damn good soldier, but you know that. You knew my sister? Yeah, I was stationed here a few months before, well, you know. She helped me figure out how to be a good seraph. That's why you're here, right? Because of the rumors? Rumors? What rumors do you mean? Nobody ever knew how the centaurs found out the Falcons' patrol route. There've always been questions about why the company was sent out alone. Nothing official, though. Just beer talk. Well, if I clean out these centaurs, maybe Captain Tavellan will tell me what really happened. It's starting to sound a bit suspicious, isn't it, guys, really? He says, if this is for Debs, then I'd be a mighty poor friend to leave you here alone. I guess I'm in it too. May Dwayne protect us. So you notice how everybody talks to Dwayne a lot. It's not just because they're praying for healing and support and protection and stuff. Dwayne was actually said to be the leader of the gods. So it kind of makes sense. I always like it when they called to Dwayne because that sort of suggests some level of power that she would have perhaps over the others. Which the franchise has never really explained. It's up to us to wonder and speculate about. So yeah, we'll attack these guys as they come in. We'll trash their camp with all of our skills.
We have our orders. Smash the weapons racks, lure the centaurs in, and wipe them out.
Well, we were given these orders. I don't think we were particularly expected to complete them properly. So here you notice there's a rock dog. These are creatures that you'll find in alliance with the centaurs. They're sort of pets, familiars of the centaurs. I'm not sure if the idea is they summon them or what. Because centaurs do have summoning capabilities. We saw the first centaur at the beginning of the game summon Olgoth, right? Well, Modnir Olgoth summoned the hands, right? The hands of Olgoth. So who knows about that? Here we've got a weathered journal next to a skeleton. Hello.
Can't ever kill enough of them.
Where are the others? Captain Tavellan said he was sending a whole unit. Is this the same dialogue as before? Yeah, no, this is the same dialogue as before. I want to read this journal, though. Let's look at this journal. Well, we picked it up. I don't think we can read it just yet. We also want to smash weapon racks to draw out Malice the Impure. So, yeah, there's lots of destructible stuff in the game. A lot of the PvP maps have, like, destructible terrain that breaks as things go along. In World versus World, where you get entire servers and alliances battling against one another, you get in massive guilds conflicts, you get large locations to fight over, you can destroy the walls and things. And the game starts demonstrating that really early. So we can destroy all of these racks.
Reinforcements inbound. Come on, you motherless ponies.
Oh, God. Don't call them motherless ponies. Don't antagonize them. This isn't good. Oh, I love doing this glyph and then, like, big attacks. That's really cool. Knock that guy away. Put the ring so he can't charge at us. And he's stuck over there.
Don't let up. There's more of them coming.
Here we can do an aura to give ourselves damage reduction and our friend. Oh my god!
Strong.
He wants to grind our bones to dust. My god. Okay, so we got another boss. This is Malice the Impure. He buffs his allies. Let's do a meteor shower.
We'll kill you all, you sway back.
And boom, we're done.
The only reason I followed you in there was because you're you. I didn't even think we'd survive, but you were great. Hey, what did you find?
A soldier's journal, half buried in the cage. It has the Falcon Company insignia on it and a list of survivors inside. My sister's name is there, Deborah.
I thought Captain Tavellan said there were no survivors.
Tavellan may be lying to cover his tracks. The book accuses him of setting the company up to be attacked by centaurs.
I don't know what to think. Tavellan, a traitor? You don't think he sent us out here alone to die, do you? He hasn't been happy with me lately.
It's a distinct possibility. But don't worry, Bigsby. We'll get to the bottom of this together.
Bigsby, you're alright. I like you, Bigsby. Don't you worry too much. So night is falling, by the way, as we do this. That's kind of cool, kind of ominous. There's more guys alive in the middle of that cutscene, which is kind of funny. I think we were probably supposed to kill them first. But there we go, down they all go. So yeah, Bigsby, what's going on, man? He says, that was awful. They've been keeping prisoners. By all the gods, these animals will pay. So the centaurs will get theirs in time. Right now, I have a little talk. I think I need to have a little talk with Captain Tavellan. He won't be back at the monastery. He rode east to sort out a cave of Ettins. He said he wanted to clean it out before it became a problem. So Ettins are just, they're not really a threat to Kryta as much as bandits or centaurs. People are not mobilizing deliberately against them. Ettins aren't really intelligent enough for that, but they are big and dangerous and scary. He didn't mention any Ettins to me. That's funny. The man's sounding shadier and shadier. Wait, what are you going to do? You have to think this through. I'll do whatever it takes to find my sister. The way I see it, you have two options. You can tell your friend, Captain Thackeray, what we suspect, but then Tavellan might get away, or we could confront Tavellan directly, without any backup. Well, so we get a choice here, another branch in the story. We could just find Tavellan and get his side, or we can go running like a little lapdog back to Thackeray. I kind of want to go, I'm going to be the goody two-shoes loser. I'm going to go running back to Thackeray, because I think he can probably sort this situation out better than we can on our own. What if we're wrong? What if he is really shady and we run into a trap of some kind? Besides, Ettins, I mean, come on, let's be real. So yeah, let's go tell Captain Thackeray what's going on. And voila, the story's done. So here you get kind of a thing. These are all cool rings. You get a red one, a yellow one, or a blue one. They have different stats attached to them. So you've got healing power, precision, or power. I think I'll just take the raw damage one. We also get another bag. and we get some loot. Now, the funny thing about this newest bag here, okay, and we leveled from that as well, is if you have a look, this has got 8 slots in it. These ones we bought earlier, the purple and the green one, these are only 5 slots, and this one we got before is only 4. So we'll throw away the 4-slot one, we'll equip the 8, and slowly our inventory keeps growing, you see? So that's pretty nice. The level up as well. Oh, this is a big one. So we get some cool stuff here. 6 more hero points, which is brilliant. But we also unlock something called traits. So you might notice our skill bar is filling in now, right? So what do we earn from leveling up as we continue playing once we've got all of our skills? This isn't like other MMOs where they want you to have hundreds of skills and you need tons of like keybinds and macros set up. They tried to keep it, you know, within scope for all the cool stuff you get in a reasonable amount of buttons, yeah? So what do we get? Now, we're only level 20. What about level 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s? What do you get? Well, it's these traits. So traits have just been unlocked. Spending hero points in specializations earns us traits, and once unlocked, you can select them in the build tab. So, I'll show you guys this. It's very cool. If we go back to the training screen, over here, you'll see we can train in skills, which is what we did before. We've been going down the glyph tree. There's the conjures that we could go on we haven't looked at. There's signets, there's cantrips, arcanes, all these skills, right? But then there's also this thing here called specializations. So as an elementalist, we can pick one of the 4 elements or a 5th art of the arcane arts. We can pick, and each of these is a huge skill tree. Can you see this? And instead of unlocking like skills for us, it unlocks passives, perks, things that constantly roll away in the background. And some of them are really cool. So we can pick an element we really care about and sort of go hard on that. And so we've got fire, which is all about big damage, air, but sort of AoE damage. Air, which is about critical damage and more single target oriented damage. Earth, which is about conditions, attritive damage, and also tankiness. Water, which is about healing and support. Or Arcane, which is about the sort of general experience of being an elementalist and swapping attunements, okay? So this is a little bit more generalist, but also has a lot of really crazy fun things. So we can pick something to specialize in. We've been all fiery so far. Fire mage, fire mage, fire mage, right? So I guess it makes sense. We will start by picking fire as a specialization. And just as we spent hero points on skills, we spend hero points on specializations too. So we can start digging into this tree. We get Empowering Flame, and this is gain power while we're in fire attunement. So we get a whole 60 extra power just for being in fire attunement while we have this now. So we're even stronger when we pick this element because this is the one we've attuned ourselves to. We're specialized as fire, okay? The next one we get as well is Burning Precision, and this means that burning we inflict lasts longer. And if we ever score a critical hit, we have a chance for those critical hits to inflict burning all on their own as well. So that's great. There's another trait here. It's called Conjurer. And we could choose this if we want, which is that we gain fire auras whenever we pick up conjure weapons and they last longer. We haven't got any conjure weapons because we haven't picked up the conjure training yet, but maybe later I can show you that. There's another trait here. It's called Burning Fire. What this means is if we get lots of conditions on us, we automatically rip them off of us and set everyone around us on fire in a sort of explosive sort of little animation. We get another one here called Sunspots. And this means that when we swap to fire attunement, we automatically get that. Do you remember I had that aura when I was using focus offhand? Well, we get that now whenever we swap into fire attunement. So we get the ability to burn people when they attack us. We get might whenever they attack us. That's pretty good. We can buy another one here. This is called Pyromancer's Training, which is deal increased damage. 10% more damage straight up. All these skills just do 10% more damage now. And it reduces all of our recharges. So you'll notice we're buying a ton of these really quickly. The game used to be set up that you'd get things a bit slower, but people complained that they had to explore the world and things and stuff was slow. So the devs just spam you with these now. You'll notice the game is really easy anyway. And the game gets even easier here because they're just... What can I say? ArenaNet goes so far with Guild Wars 2 to make this game respect your time and not be difficult that as far as the core content is concerned, it really almost doesn't feel like a game sometimes because they just give you everything so quick and they have no attention or care for that. Later on, though, when we get to expansion storylines and later stuff, the game will become a lot more challenging. It's just as a leveling thing, it's not really much of an RPG right now, as much as I wish it was. Though, I will add, it's not all doom and gloom. Very soon, when we get to around level 30, you're going to find a new type of content called dungeons, and the dungeons are actually a core part of the story, so we will be playing them, and we will be having a lot of fun in there, and dungeons missions are actually much harder. They will genuinely stress us and make us have to understand the game. So all these traits and things you can see we're buying, we can think of this as almost preparation for some of the fiercer challenges that will be very soon. We don't have to wait all the way till the expansions because we've got the dungeons to look forward to. And I really cannot wait to get to those. They're very good. So here we get another one. It's called One with Fire, and that's as far as we got now. So we've almost fully finished the wheel already, which is great. So yeah, now that we've got fire specialization, we've been training it, we can choose to equip it, right? So if we come to builds, okay, here you can see at the top, these are our skills. Yeah, we got the staff abilities, we've got the glyphs, and we can swap these if we like. But down here, you've got specializations. So here's the thing. There's a lot of different specializations in the game. You can equip 3 of them at once. Right now, we're a really low level, and we only have fire. So we can slot fire in here. And later, at level 45, we can have another one. We can be Fire and Earth Mage. And then right at the end of the game, nearly, at level 70, we can get 3. All at once. So that's pretty nice. And you can swap these on and off whenever you like. And we get to choose which of these traits, which of these perks we want to slot now. So we'll always get Empowering Flame. We always get Sunspot. But what do we want to pick here? Do we want to do extra burning damage and a chance to burn people? Do we want to make conjure weapons abilities much stronger? We don't have any, so we don't have to worry about that. Do we want to take burning fire? Well, we'll take burning precision, right? So we'll just do more damage, more crit damage, more burns. And then here as well, let's reduce the cooldown of all of our abilities and do lots more damage. So there you go. These are the passives we've got now. And you see this line that's being drawn? This line represents which ones are active for us. So we have Empowering Flame, we have Burning Precision, we have Sunspot, and Pyromancer's Training. We don't get all of them at once, but we can swap these on and off whenever we want and we're out of combat. And as we keep training in fire, we'll unlock this and then these as well down here, which we hope to do pretty soon. So there you have it. By the way, also, because we spent our hero points on fire, we can't spend them on skills up here. So we need to level up a bit more, and we get to decide now which things we want to go for, and it becomes a bit more interesting, right? So that should be pretty good. And there you go. So specializations unlocked. Pretty big moment. And good stuff. Hey, Bigsby.
Stinking centaurs. Can't ever kill enough of them.
Yeah, I know. You've said many times. He says, Deborah was a good soldier. I guess it runs in your family. I really hope she's alive out there. And we say, well, what is it with these centaurs anyway? Why would they take prisoners? He says, well, they ransom them back as hostages. Sometimes, though, they sell them as slaves to bandits, to pirates, and the likes. Slaves? That's awful. Yeah, we occasionally hear of some being rescued, but not enough to raise our hopes. Still, I'll say a prayer to Balthazar for the Screaming Falcons. We'll do more than pray, Bigsby. We'll find them. Count on it. Let's head on out into this grim night. Think about that. Is our sister out there?
I threw the bones this morning. According to Grinth, we're in for a safe journey.
Oh, so this is the woman who... Do you remember last episode I told you that they try and deliver alcohol all the way through the swamp along this really long-ass road? Well, this is it. This is her here. Oh, and look, the giant, the Shadow Behemoth, the underworld creature, is spawned as well. Hopefully I can get over there and show you guys that. We'll take a detour. So this is the swamp at night right now. We're going to have to move fast. This is the swamp at night, and you can see here it says secrets in the swamp. The beast is awakened. You can see it through the trees over there. You see that movement? Crazy, terrifying creature here. Here you go. So he's on tons of health. Oh no, there you go. He's dying. So he's almost dead, actually. There's going to be hundreds of other MMO players out here now. You hear that screaming, that wailing? So here he is. He's from the underworld. A creature from the God's Lost Swamp. And this is the end of a long, like, event chain dealing with this story of how this guy spawns. As just a random player, we can come over. Oh my god. I'm so happy that I get to show you guys this. So he's protecting himself by summoning these portals. So what we need to do is run around and blow these portals up as best we can. So here we'll summon a meteor shower over on that. We've got to be really careful of his hand. He could kill us really quickly, by the way. And I really don't want to die on this series. We've got to be really concerned about where we stand. You see these big red rings? This is dangerous stuff here. He's going to slam his hands down and do nasty things. There's one more portal behind him that they're about to break. The actual realm that this guy came from was just added to the game in a recent update. The Underworld. So there you go. And now we've got a crosshair on him, and like that original boss, we can try to kill him now. So we're going to try and do as much damage as possible as he screeches. And you can notice his health going down. The team here is doing tons of damage. And voila! The Shadow Behemoth is dead. So we caught kind of the arse end of that event there. But yeah, pretty major stuff, right? Very, very, very cool. So yeah, we get a ton of loot out of this chest now, this giant chest. We get a big greatsword. We get a mark. So this is like an upgrade, but a really strong one for level 20 plus players, which we now are. So that's really good. We get a really strong trident, an even stronger trident, and more scale legs. So loads of loot here. Let's equip our new trident. Lots of damage on that. And then the stuff we don't care. And look, we can put the mark in it as well, right? So we can put this talisman. It gives us toughness and precision. So we can put that into that upgrade slot. And then over here, we can salvage away the other things that we don't particularly care about too much. Oh yeah, we got that new ring as well, didn't we? So let's equip that, the ruby heart. We'll delete our heroes band. Because again, it's not actually very good. And let's salvage this stuff down, I suppose. Yeah, why not? So voila, there you go. And we can deposit it. Good stuff. So we got the very end of the event there. We don't get the whole context for what was going on. But pretty nice. Right, that's a bit of a distraction. Anyway, let's go see Captain Thackeray now. Back up at his office and figure out what's going on with her sister. Sorry, sis. Here we are imagining that she's a slave, being forced into servitude of centaurs for many years in a row. And we just get distracted going on random other adventures. Good stuff. We're real top guys, right? So seek Logan's aid. This is what we chose to do instead of going straight for Tavellen ourselves. Let's see. Hey, man. Hope you think this is the right choice.
I'm on duty.
Captain, I'm afraid I have bad news. Tavellen is a traitor. He sent me into Centaur territory promising backup, but then he never actually sent anyone. He meant for us to die there.
It's outrageous. He's a Seraph captain. You sure it wasn't just a misunderstanding?
I'm sure. I found the rest of Harrington's journal at the Centaur camp. It blatantly accuses Tavellen of conspiring with the Centaurs that ambushed Falcon Company. Tavellen didn't want me investigating these deaths to the point where he nearly got me killed. I know he's hiding something, Captain.
All right. I need to talk to Tavellen myself. Meet me at the Elven Monastery. I'll get there as soon as I can. If he's responsible for the Falcon Company incident, we'll make sure he answers for it.
God, if this is true, I mean, we run our mouth pretty heavy. If this is true, though, all these high-ranking people in Divinity's Reach seem compromised. Oh, or just Kreiter, I guess, in general. Christ, we had Zaman in the earlier stuff, and now immediately we're hearing about this guy as well. So, Thackeray, once Tavellen finds out you're alive, he won't sit around waiting for you to come after him. You should head to the monastery now, and I'll meet you there. So, he sent us to a camp hoping we'd die that also happens to be the camp with the ledger proving he's guilty. Which is convenient for the plot, idiotic for him. There's a roster here. What's this say? This book seems to be a roster of active Seraph soldiers from the last couple of decades. Huh. Okay, I didn't know about that. That's kind of cool. All right, so yeah, back to the monastery, and we'll see if we can find him there. Oh god, I zoomed the map out really, really far there. We don't need to worry about those areas of the world just yet. So let's go back to the monastery at the Crichton Waypoint. It's kind of weird that this waypoint here is called the Crichton Waypoint. I mean, Crichton's a huge area of the world. What is this, the center of Crichton we're at here? I seriously doubt that. It could be. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, let's head on in. He needs to be brought to justice for his crimes. Almost went the wrong way there. Hey, Logan, you got hit first. That was pretty quick, man. He says, Tavellen's a traitor. It's hard to believe. Whoever played him really knew how to manipulate people. They played on his weak spots, but he made the choice himself. He should pay. Oh, so now Logan's convinced immediately already? Hello. Abbot Matthias.
I like it here.
Abbot Matthias. This is kind of amazing because later there will be a human in the story called Matthias who becomes a kind of a big character. I doubt this is the same guy. It doesn't certainly look the same. But yeah, that's kind of interesting actually to see Matthias down there. All right, moving on. Maybe one day we'll look back at this and smile. Maybe some of you guys who know the later aspects of the story know what I'm talking about there. So Tavellen's now a different area of the monastery. We've got to come up this staircase instead. This is all really good. My god. Love it. Okay. So we've got a bell. We're going to run all the way along here. Lots of Seraph here. Are you Tavellen's Goonies? The Queen's little lover boy has come, has some nerve showing his face here. Did you two come in a golden carriage? Oh. Are you talking about me as the Queen's little lover boy? Or are you talking about Logan? I think they're talking about Logan there. What do you mean by that, soldier? We need real Seraph here in Queensdale, not politicians. Ooh, they really don't like us, do they? Watch your tongue. It's like these guys have just seen too much action.
How can I assist you?
And they're saying the same thing. Watch your tongue.
It's a soldier's life for me. This
guy says, Captain Thackeray's here? Is he going to replace Captain Tavellen? You almost sound as if you like that idea. No, I wouldn't do anything against Tavellan. Forget I said that, please. Noted. Hey, you seem alright. If Tavellan is a bastard, then you might want to disassociate yourself fairly quickly. And this woman says the lover boy thing as well.
I watch over this place.
And it's really funny, actually. The early plot does that a lot. They never do that anymore. You never get repeat dialogue. Now, the quality difference between some of the early stuff and some of the late stuff's insane. But yeah, okay, so we'll come on through. Tavellan, you're looking very lavish and luxurious. This doesn't look like an end cave to me.
Oh, look, it's my lucky day. The city kid is back again, and this time you brought Captain Thackeray. 2 heroes for the price of 1. Nobody's smiling?
You left me and Bigsby alone at that Centaur camp on purpose. Were you hoping we wouldn't make it out alive? Was I getting too close to the truth about what happened to Falcon Company?
You dare accuse a real soldier of treason? If you'd seen half of what I'd seen, you'd fall out of your boots. Just because you run around with the Queen's lackey, her boyfriend, you think you can undermine my authority?
That's crossing the line, Tavellan. You're hereby relieved of your command. I'm taking you back to Divinity's Reach for questioning. I'd prefer you come peacefully.
Sorry to disappoint you. Gordon, Reginald, muster the men. 100 gold to the soldier who silences these 2 for good.
He's ordering his seraph to kill us. Will they do it?
They might.
Listen here. Anyone who attacks us will be committing treason. I will show no mercy to anyone who turns against Kryta for gold or who protects a traitor like Tavellan.
Alright, so who's going to fight us? You guys actually want to go through with this? Oh, it looks like a lot of them do. Luckily, though, we've got the badass Logan Thackeray with us. And we should be in fairly safe hands. All these guys are going for us, though. 100 gold, for what it's worth, is quite a lot of money. Like, right now, we only have 20 silver. 1 gold is if you can get 100 silver. So he's offering 100 gold, which is a lot. Here's Tavellan, though. He hits us really hard. We've got to be really careful. I'm running away a little bit here. We can dodge, obviously. We can chill him so he can't chase us. We can knock him back as well. Summon our ally. There we go. He can maybe do some support there. God, my phone is constantly going off today. I just want to take Tavellan down, man. I think it's because it's Mother's Day, actually, as I record this. It's Mother's Day. I texted my mum before I started recording. I think she's responding. Leave me alone, Mom. I want to play Guild Wars. All right, move. Get out of his way. So we can't walk through him here. I turned on one of the options in the game, which means that you sort of can't walk into enemies. You don't clip into them. Just because it's a bit more immersive. In terms of actually being good at the game, you probably don't want to use that option. So every time we get him low, he becomes determined to survive, and he runs away. And he runs past his lackeys here, and we sort of have to fight our way through. These guys, though, they stay kneeling down. Look at this. They don't want to fight us. They don't want to needlessly sacrifice themselves. You're a good soldier, man. Tavellan commanded my unit, but I serve Kryta. My loyalties lie with Logan and the Queen. Glad to have you on our side, soldier. Carry on. Same with this guy. That's good. Because don't forget, Logan does outrank Tavellan. He seems like a real nasty piece of work. That guy's down as well. Look, they all salute us as well at the end. That's really nice. How did we get up here again? Oh, there you go. There's the staircase. There's the staircase. So let's move on down. You won't get away, Tavellan. We're hot on your heels. I'm actually going to drop the audio effect volume a little bit as well. Seems a bit loud. Sometimes you can't even hear what people are saying in the dialogue in combat. So yeah, he's using 2 pistols and just constantly shooting us, which is really, really kind of hurting. So here, we will use our reflects next time he does it. There you go. So hopefully he's attacking. No, he's running away. Oh, no, and now he's doing it. We'll hide behind this tree. Oh, I think he could shoot through the tree maybe, actually. So if we get the timing perfect, we can reflect all of his projectiles, his pistol shots, and we'll do really well. So we'll see. Right now he's blind. We can get lots of damage going. You'll notice we do a lot more damage while we're in fire attunement, right, than when we're in the other ones. He's running over there towards that bush.
I summon the power.
Here, let's try and reflect him on his next one. Ready? We'll watch very closely. He's shooting, and there you go. And we reflect. And he immediately went determined and ran off again. But it did work. I promise it did work. Get back here, Tavellan. We'll try and, like, throw rocks in his path so that he hits them as he comes in. Oh my god, there's a whole army of them here. Hello, guys. Look, I'm the good guy. You don't want to fight me. You're the baddies. Come on, haven't you seen that Michelin Web skit? There you go. You've got skulls on your caps. Alright, he's hiding in here, I think, which is like the storage area. It's over, Tavellen. You can't hide anymore. I'm going to blow you up with all my biggest, heaviest hitting stuff. So here we go. Down you go, lad.
Surrender.
Easy peasy. Alright, Logan, we got him. Do you want to say anything? No, he doesn't. Tavellen, get information from the prisoner. What have you got to say for yourself? Where's my sister?
Enough! I surrender! I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Did you send Falcon Company into an ambush?
I didn't want to do it. My soldiers were starving. Our equipment was ruined. I had to do something or the Centaurs would have killed us all. So yeah, I sold out Falcon Company so that some politician could say the Queen was a bad ruler. The rest of my command lived. I got funds to re-equip my soldiers, munitions, decent rations, and a promotion. My commands killed more Centaurs than the rest of the Seraph combined, thanks to Falcon Company's sacrifice.
Wow.
Who paid you? Give me a name, now! Or by Liz's tears, you will never see the outside of a prison cell again.
I never met the guy, but he signed his letters, Minister Arton. That's all I know, I swear it.
Arton's one of the Queen's advisors. We need to warn Jenna, and fast. She may be in danger. Tavellen, by my authority as a captain of the Queen's Seraph, you're under arrest.
I'll meet you back in Divinity's Reach, Captain.
Well, damn. So it comes out. Basically, a guy paid to have this legendary unit slaughtered by Centaurs because it would make the Queen look inefficient in dealing with the Centaur threat and undermine her political, strengths. So people would start to question the Queen and her ability to lead Kryta through this period of time. Someone else gains political clout, and in the meantime, they pay Tavellen underhandedly to make sure that the company is actually taken out. Crazy stuff. And so we get the name Minister Arton. This is all connected. It might not feel like it right now, but it is connected to what we saw a little bit earlier in the story as well. So we get a new staff, a really good one. Look at that huge extra bit of damage we get there as well. So we get a new staff, and we get this bag here, this beginner's bag of crafting supplies, which gives us claws and blood and ore and all kinds of things, just in case that's something we're entertaining ourselves with in the game. And again, at launch, you might really be doing that, because at launch, you could have had been really relying on that to get experience, but these days, they give you experience hand over fist, so doesn't matter too much. Tavellen, man, how could you? He says, you can't put me in prison. I'm a Seraph captain. I did what was right for Kryta. Someone had to do it. Let me go. So in a way, he is kind of right, because if through all of those munitions and funds and things, his unit was able to do more good work, they just never became famous for it. In a way, he may have actually helped Kryta more. But he did sell these people out. Falcon Company deserved better than this, Tavellen. Deborah deserved better. Don't you understand? This was how we drew enough attention to our cause to get aid, supplies, weapons. You sold them out, Tavellen. That's all I see. A traitor and a disgrace to the uniform. And everyone that followed you, let's be honest. So we got to go tell Jenna that this guy, Minister Arton, is actually a big, bad, dangerous dude. And how will this lead back to our sister? And if so, how? I guess we'll see very soon. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next part where things will heat up even further. And hopefully we'll start finally getting some answers. I'm a little nervous, but we're going to have to go meet the Queen. I'll see you shortly.
Looking at that sinkhole makes me mighty uncomfortable.
Yeah. Imagine how many people would have been injured if the Queen hadn't evacuated the area before it collapsed.
It's not just that. I've heard strange noises coming from that place, and I doubt it's just the Earth Center.